As the dust was settling on a mixed bag of local elections, perhaps an even more significant piece of news dropped. The Telegraph reported that Sir Keir Starmer was under police investigation over his lockdown curry social. The police then confirmed this scoop, leaving many to wonder if this would have been made public at all on Friday if it weren't for some good, honest, investigative journalism. New evidence, the police confirmed, had come to light surrounding the event on the 30th of April 2021, when, as with the 19th of June 2020 event for which the Prime Minister and Chancellor received their fixed penalty notices, indoor socialising was against the rules. Evidence, including 30 people in attendance, the fact that the deputy leader of the Labour Party was there too, despite Labour's earlier denials, the fact that Starmer's hotel was serving food at the time, and the timing of the footage late at night coming to light, too have raised some big questions and inconsistencies in the Labour Party's account. Let's remember that despite what Labour has continually claimed, Durham Police has not until now investigated this event at all. They had simply reviewed a video of it, concluding an investigation was initially not necessary. Well, now the event is being investigated for the first time, and there are some big questions to answer, particularly now that we know the dinner was a pre-planned event, thanks to this internal Labour Party op note obtained by the Mail on Sunday. The note, which highlights the state of national lockdown at the time, lists a Zoom call followed by a separate dinner lasting around an hour and a half to take place in Miners Hall with Durham MP Mary Foy and, of course, the Labour leader. The dinner was scheduled to start after Sir Keir left his Zoom call, and there are no further items on the agenda after it. This is a note that confirms the last scheduled event of the day was a curry and beer with the campaigning team after a long day of work. After the dinner, it simply lists a short walk back to the hotel and confirms the end of the visit. But in recent weeks, as Sir Keir has tried to explain this event, he's given a very different impression. He's said that people simply got hungry and ordered a takeaway while they worked. He said they returned to work after eating. Let's take a listen.
We were in the office, working in the office, and we stopped for a takeaway, and then we carried on working, and that is the long and the short of it. We were in the office to do that work. At some point, this was in the evening, everybody's hungry, and a takeaway was ordered. It was then delivered into the kitchen of the offices.
Well, it sounds very much like a birthday cake at an event where people were working, which is exactly what the Prime Minister
in Durham, all restaurants and pubs were closed, so takeaways were really the only way you could eat. So this was brought in, and at various points, people went through the kitchen, got a plate, had something to eat, and got on with their work.
Well, we now know that is at best misleading. The curry and drinks were pre-planned, and there was no work listed for afterwards. Someone who attended the event and is willing to speak to the police this morning told the Politico Playbook newsletter that, quote, there was no work being done. There just wasn't. The Zoom events had finished. It wasn't work, and there was no work after that I was aware of. Well, this morning Sir Keir has cancelled a speaking event, which included a Q&A. And over the weekend, Labour tasked Lord Faulkner with constructing a legal defence for the party. He'll have to argue that the curry and beers were necessary for the purposes of campaigning. This is a story that is just getting started.